What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Elevation back with another elevated. Nope, not finna do it. Can't do it. I abandoned my baby, so I don't think I would serve her rightfully if I just came back and tried to resurrect her. This is a new avenue that I'm going down. Of course, I am going to cover the JBP again, but it's going to be on my own. Like, I don't want to follow trends of other people. I'm not trying to do the science. Shout out to Danny from the stop. All I'm trying to do is observe these cats like I have been doing. Watch this, play it back, go over it in real time, and do my own commentary, man. If you rocking with me, which y'all clearly are, salute to y'all, man. I appreciate encouraging words. I appreciate the open and arm welcoming back, because I just abandoned y'all and y'all didn't have to do that. So that really means a lot to me. It's very touching. But I had the snippet from the Patreon episode today that I want to cover. And it's not really drama ensued, but there is something that I can point out on it. And I saw it in real time, so let's go over it.
He left once he saw how she lived. That means she's
so
the wrong fish.
Okay, all right, fine. He's the wrong fish. But is that to say that people who are up shouldn't date anybody who are in poverty?
That's not to say that. But I want you to remember this conversation when you stand on the other side of that coin. That somebody that's rich should not date.
I'm not mad at Ish's stance. I'm not mad at Ish at all for his take. What kind of bothers me is why does he always feel the need to tuck this in the recesses of his mind of things that Mel has said that might contradict herself, especially when it comes to things of this nature. Why is this so pertinent, especially if y'all only have one female to be the voice of the female contingency? Why is it that every time she has something to say pertaining to a subject, you have to hold it in the recesses of your mind? So if she decides to have the opposite stance later on or in the future, you can hold it against her. I don't really see you doing this to anybody else. I've already pointed out the two people that Ish picks on the most, quote unquote. Flip, he picks on Flip because he doesn't respect Flip, or he doesn't, I'm not going to say that. He doesn't view Flip as being on the same stature as himself or Joe. Or Ice, even. And then he picks on Mel because I already told y'all they have the relationship that you would hold with somebody in elementary school. They are both carrying themselves in ways to where they can't be seen with each other because they're trying to deny that the chemistry between the two of them exists. And Ish is in a current relationship. So they have to hate each other to make it seem like they don't like each other. And they're doing a little too much of it. And every time they do it, it stands out. And whenever they actually do have real, genuine moments of them laughing together, notice how much they laugh with each other and how much they're in perfect synergy. These things actually matter. Do not be surprised if later on down the line, if shit ever goes south with Ish's lady, that Mel and Ish, something happens between the two of them. But that's just conjecture in my head. This is just based off of the things that I observe every time I have or they have interactions with each other. But let's continue.
Mel, you stood on the
That's not what I'm saying. But that's not what I'm saying. That rich shouldn't date poor. I've never said that.
She said she has standards.
I've never said that. If I'm talking about myself, I talk about my own standards.
No,
I talk. Yes, I do. I talk about my own standards. I talk about the lifestyle I have.
I'm gonna let her finish too, Joe. But have y'all noticed that Joe, I'm not going to say subtly because it's getting louder and louder, but Joe is constantly producing on this show. These cats constantly overspeak each other, and Ice is the worst at this whenever he wants to continue his point and he's getting emotional. And it might have happened in this episode. I wasn't really paying attention to it, but pay attention to that going forward. Joe be producing. But anyway, I'm smiling and I'm getting hyped because Melissa's about to get her character arc. She's about to go Super Saiyan. And a controlled manner. And I honestly want to see more of this coming from her. But initially when I saw this, who brought it out of her? And if you go back to previous episodes, like the earlier episodes, whenever Ish used to do that bullshit of, man, I'm not trying to get off the subject, or I'm not trying to do this, or I'm not trying to say this for reasons of divulging information. But who was the one that used to bring it out of him early on? It was Melissa. So I think it's funny, and it's like a coming full circle moment that for Melissa to get in her comfortable state Ish is the one that has to bring it out of her. But let's continue.
Forward for my fucking
You talked
self.
about the
That's what
CEO of Xerox being a woman and not dating a fucking bus driver. You wasn't talking about you. You was talking about the CEO of Xerox. Do we remember this conversation? Mel wasn't talking about...
Hey, you want to know another reason why I said that they have chemistry? And there's not no drama that happened in this episode. So if you clicked on this video hoping that drama would ensue or that I'm going to be breaking down drama, this is the wrong video for that. Go to my previous one. But if you're paying attention to how people operate and how sexual tension arises and exists in the air, this is the video for you. But anyway, notice how when Ish and Melissa get into their debates, everyone in the room shuts the fuck up. And then when Ish just asked the room a question, they answered in perfect unison because they want them to continue. They didn't linger on the answer. They answered in perfect unison so they can get back to the fireworks. And before I continue, because everybody, I saw in the Patreon comments and I saw in the YouTube comments, not from this video, but just, you will, trust me, that this is comparable to the Bitch Box episode. And what happened on that episode? As far as top 5 moments that went viral outside of Joe. What happened on that episode? Isn't that the last time Melissa and Ish got into it? So, us as the audience, a lot of us are sensing the sexual tension between the two of them, which is why these moments go viral. But we're not speaking on the sexual tension between the two of them. We just see the fireworks as it happens in real time.
She was talking about a woman being the CEO of Xerox and should not...
And I'm sorry to keep interjecting. I'm going to let them continue. When did this conversation happen, and why is this just right at the tip of Ish's head? Considering that he doesn't pay attention to Melissa like that, and he allows her to do everything that he allows her to do. Why is this in the back of his mind?
back up.
Because I remember that Ebony K. Williams shit. That was a long time ago. He said, I'm gonna find it.
I know what I said.
Yeah, man.
I said that she shouldn't be expected to. If she wants to, by all fucking means. But she shouldn't be expected to.
So you agree with us?
No, it's not the same thing.
First of all, before I continue with that breakdown, I don't know why we as individuals allow society to dictate a lot of the decisions that we make. Even if it's expected for you to do something because of societal views, I don't give a fuck what y'all view about me. If it's going to be beneficial for me and my family, if it's going to be beneficial for myself, if I'm an individual, if it's going to be beneficial for the people that I love and associate with on a daily basis, that's all that matters to me. And that's all that should matter to you in the spaces that you traverse is what I meant to say. My apologies. But I don't understand why we allow outside entities to have so much diction on the things that we do in our own lives. But anyway, notice the emotions that they emote and emit to each other. They don't emit these same emotions to anybody else that's on the podcast, especially Ice. Because Ice can be our what is it when you're doing a test for chemistry, like a variable? He can be our neutral variant, or whatever the word is. Y'all can correct me in the comments. Ice and his interactions with Mel never get this heated. Ice and his interactions with Ish never get this heated. That's why I'm considering him the neutral party. Whenever Flip and Mel get into it, they may get heated, but it's because Melissa views Flip in the same light that Ish views Flip. Whenever they get in conversations with Joe, they treat him like the boss, so their conversations come off as such, which is why we just had a top 5 viral moment from Ish just last episode, because he finally got back into it with Joe. He was treating him like his friend, which is what Joe has been wanting for many years, as opposed to his boss. Why do you think Joe gets so upset every time he brings up money when it comes to Joe? Because he doesn't want Ish to view him in that light. Nigga, we're on the same level. I view you as my peer, but you can't view me as your peer because you're too concerned about the money in my pockets and all the moves that I'm able to make as a result of the money in my pockets. And I know you remember when I was beneath you, so this shit is really peculiar to you in your head. So anyway, that's why that went viral. This moment's going to go viral because Melissa's showing the emotions that she should have been showing 2 years ago or a year and a half ago whenever she joined the podcast. But anyway, the only reason this is happening is because of Ish. And I'm not going to let that go, Ish. Why the fuck do you have this in the recesses of your head or the tip of your memory to where you could just immediately blurt it out as soon as Melissa said something that you knew that you had the fucking retort to? Shit is ridiculous. I don't even do that with my lady.
Listen. I want y'all to really know something. No one is saying that this nigga should not have standards for who the fuck he wants to date and be with. I'm saying he is fucked up for going this long, allowing it to continue this long, and not setting that standard earlier. But even if that was the case and there was reasons for why he did so, I think he's a piece of shit for how he spoke about it through them certain words, just saying about the root.
Hey, it's been a minute since I've been recording these videos, but Ice, best believe Ice has an issue with Ish. Not Ish, I'm sorry, with Imani. Because what Imani's doing right now in his monologue is something that Ice was trying to perfect and trying to get himself into that mode, which is why you hear Ice talking more. And don't find it funny when in the future you see Imani on the Patreons and the main episodes. Imani, and I had been saying this shit in the comments because I'm kind of going through something similar, especially when it comes to finances. Imani and I have too many similarities for me to not notice the things that he's doing. Imani is securing a bag. Hey, anyone out there that has a friend that is in a higher, whether you place him on a pedestal or he's just in a higher sanction in life than you are currently, watch what Imani's doing. And then peep back to when Imani first started coming on the episodes frequently, because Imani's been one of them niggas that came on the podcast. But go back to when he first started coming on these episodes frequently and then come to now and see all the tweaks and changes that he's made, and then see the level that he's risen in this stadium or this stature as far as JBP is concerned. See how much leeway he's given from the co-host now as opposed to when he first joined. And this, like he's doing right now, to when they're in the midst of a heated debate and it's Imani coming in here to play with the emotional intelligence role, that's what Ice used to do. And the fact that Melissa said anything about Imani's emotional intelligence is just going to further instigate the tension that is already there between Imani and Ish. But let's continue.
Roof caving in, that's fucked up to say. You could have delivered that same message without being that graphic.
20 minutes ago, you still ain't telling me.
That's what I've been trying to ask
20
Mel.
minutes ago, you still
I've
ain't
been
telling
trying to ask Mel because you said
I'm asking both of them. How about this?
Ice, don't try to do anything. You such a man, right? And then every time this shit comes back in hindsight, you're the one saying, I tried to tell y'all. No, you didn't, because of moments like this. You won't just interject and say what it is that you actually have to say. You have to wait until other people coerce you to say it. Melissa was damn near begging you to say it. I don't know if I'm going to get that far in this clip, but Melissa was damn near begging you to ask her the question that you so had to ask. But that's not no manly shit, nigga. You got a motherfucking question, say it with your chest, nigga. Yeah, as much as y'all say Flip is an idiot, he's dumb and all this and that, at least when he has a question, he asks the fucking question with his chest. You niggas. But hey, I'm not trying to make over 15-minute long videos. And notice that I'm trying to not be as elevated, because there's no drama from this video. This is just things that I pay attention to and that you can connect the dots with. And y'all are already doing that, because I see all the Patreon comments, man. But I just wanted to come let y'all know that it wasn't just a one and done video. Like, I'm really trying to get back into this, and I'm really gonna actually take it serious this time. I know I used that excuse last time that I don't even take this serious. I just do this in my spare time. Well, my shorts are averaging 8,000 to 10,000 views now, so I'm very curious to see what will happen if I actually put my all into this. So I appreciate, like I said in the beginning of the video, I appreciate everybody's words of encouragement. I ain't even gonna tell you how much that meant to me, but it meant a lot. So I appreciate y'all. Make sure y'all like, comment, share, subscribe. The engagement's up. I ain't even got to tell y'all to comment, because y'all really be on that shit. And I appreciate y'all, man. But until next time, y'all stay safe, be blessed. Y'all thank the Most High.